Morning. Today is November 4th, 2025. It's about 7:30ish in the morning. I don't think I'm working out today. I'm a bit too sore. Yesterday I overdid it. I was being ridiculous, but I got stuff done. Yesterday I was up at like 5:30 and I was frustrated because the night before I noticed that somebody had spilled something like underneath the refrigerator and I couldn't clean it up because I couldn't reach it. So I decided I was going to move the fridge. Well, I wanted to do it before work, but that didn't end up working out because I needed to take everything out of the freezer, but I couldn't take everything out of the freezer because I didn't have time. So instead, I didn't do my makeup yesterday. Instead, I spent the morning cleaning my husband's office / my workout room. I had so much stuff everywhere that I could not work out, so I was like, I went out there to work out, and there was no space. So I had to clean it, organize everything. Then I worked out, then I came inside, and I organized the kitchen. Like, at least once or twice a week, I have to redo the counters because kids are always just like tossing stuff on there, and with this many kids, we don't have enough cabinet space to store everything. So now I'm always needing to reorganize stuff. And then I was going to do the fridge, but I couldn't get the fridge to move. Normally I can move it without like taking everything out of it. I do that every couple of months. But with whatever was sticky under there, it was just not moving. It was like stuck. So I was frustrated. I was like, whatever, I guess it's gonna have to wait. And then I walked to work. It's about a mile. It takes me about 10 minutes. Worked for 3 hours. It was a short day. Today's also a short day, but then I got other things later. And so I came back and went on a walk with Theo. Took him for lunch because he's been wanting to spend some time with Mom. So I took him to the coffee shop and we shared a big sandwich. The sandwiches are like this big. They come in half. It's like 2 sandwiches. We shared a sandwich and I bought 2 pastries because the one that he wanted they didn't have. So I got 2 different kinds and gave him half of each. He definitely liked the Pop-Tart shaped one more than the Danish, but after that I came back. Then I moved the fridge. Well, first before I moved the fridge, I scrubbed the baseboards, the front of the cabinets, the floor. I pulled the oven out and scrubbed behind it, and then I took everything out of the freezer and I scrubbed the inside of the freezer too because somebody had spilled, like, it looked like frozen orange juice in it. I scrubbed that out. And then I moved the fridge. And unfortunately, when I moved the fridge, I broke one of my ceramic things that I had like Ronan's footprint from when he was a baby. So that sucked because that was on the wall. I'm just so glad I didn't break the one of Tilk's. I wish I would have done more of those handprints, footprint things. The reason why I stopped doing them, I have them all from the older kids, including Tilk, but I stopped doing them because plaster is expensive and they didn't always set up properly, and I wish I had done more. I wish I had done Tilk's handprints and footprints every year, because now he's gone and I can never hold his hand again. Anyway, sorry, I don't want to cry. And I was sad that I broke Ronan's footprints, so I cried a little bit. And then, but I got the sticky stuff cleaned up from underneath the fridge. And then I put the fridge back. I did have Robbie help me pull the fridge out. It's like really tight in there, where the fridge is, like right up against the counter on the one side and the wall on the other side. And normally I do it myself, but he offered to help. And so we got that done. And then I put the fridge back by myself because it was no longer stuck to anything, so it was easier. I'm pretty sore today. I don't think a 4'11" person is really designed to be moving a refrigerator, especially by myself, but it needed done, so I did it. And then I met up with a friend because we try to go on a walk once a week. Although I may have traumatized her. She doesn't have kids, but she's experienced a lot in her life and everything, and we were just talking, and somehow we got on the subject of death and dying, and I talked about Tilk, and I was basically crying like the whole walk. We walked like 2 miles, and then I felt bad. I'm like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to turn this into such a heavy day. And she's like, it's okay, you know, that happens. We got home. Ellie wanted to wrestle, so I was wrestling with Ellie, Theo, and Naomi. They like to play this game where they pretend like they're pillows, and like I'm supposed to buy them at a store and think that they're real pillows, and I could do this whole thing where I'm like, oh, look at this pillow, and then I'll like pretend to like lay my head on them, and then they'll start wiggling and stuff. I'm like, what? My pillow is wiggling. So then I'll tickle them. It's like a whole thing. I think we wrestled around for more than an hour. And and then Robbie wanted to go for a walk, so I ended up walking a total of 6 miles yesterday, which is in line with my goals. I set a goal to walk 20 miles this week, and I've already walked 18. No, I haven't walked 18. What am I talking about? I walked 12 miles. It'll be 18 by the end of today, if I walk as much as I did yesterday. But today after work, I plan on taking Braytek for a walk because today's his birthday. So I'm going to take him, we're going to go walk down to the restaurant. So that'll be like 3 miles altogether between work and going to the restaurant and back. And then I'll be cleaning up my neighbor's house for an hour an hour today. And then I've been having problems with restless legs, and I've noticed that if I don't work out, it's worse. So I've been going for a walk in the evenings to make my legs more tired, so that I'm not kicking the crap out of my husband all night long. Because when my legs move, I'm not always aware of it. So it'll be like 6 miles by the end of the day. Although with me being sore, I'm not weightlifting today, so. But I'm getting ready for work a little early, so I can hopefully do I'm gonna finish the kids' schoolwork with them before I go to work, or at least some of it. Also, it looks like it's gonna be fairly nice out today, so I wanna do a little bit of filming for my videos outside. So I'll leave about 10 minutes early for work so that I can do that. You should see the goal list I wrote for the week. Because I had to clean out from under the fridge, I decided I'm just going to do a deep clean on everything, which I do every couple of weeks anyway. Because with this many kids, deep cleaning has to happen a lot. But I make myself a checklist to get the things that don't necessarily get done every day, like cleaning the closets or cleaning under the refrigerator, stuff like that. How often do most people clean under the refrigerator? I have no idea. I just know that if I see something peeking out from under the fridge, I move the fridge and clean it. And if I'm moving the fridge to clean it, then I move all the other appliances and clean them as well. So. And then, like, the couches get moved every day. Because it's so easy for stuff to end up underneath them. Drop in the comments below how often you move your appliances or your furniture to clean around them and under them. Because I'm really curious, like, people that don't have big families, how often do you actually have to do it? Maybe, like, never? I don't know. I know I didn't have a super huge family growing up. There was just 4 of us. But my mom was also kind of a hoarder, so a lot of things never got done unless I did it. And when I was a teenager, I started moving the furniture to clean stuff. But I was also working full-time and going to school full-time, so it wasn't like I had a ton of time to do it. But I remember I'd get up in the morning, get ready for school, and then get my siblings up for school. And a lot of times I was so tired that I would fall asleep again for like a half an hour before school after I got my siblings ready. Then I'd go to school. I'd usually fall asleep in first period, which was math class, so that was like the only class I didn't do well in. Yes, dear? Do you need something?
You
knocked on the door.
Yeah, I knocked on the door. I didn't know if you were peeing.
No, I'm filming.
But she wants to do her homework with you for now.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm getting ready early. So.
Mommy, I'm almost done with my chicken nuggets.
Okay, I'll be there in a minute, honey. Anyway, so I would, go through the school day. My senior year, I already had most of my credits complete, so I took 3 study halls so I could sleep at school. And then I would work for like 4 or 5 hours after work, and then I would come home and clean my mom's house at like 10 in the evening. I would cut home between like 10 and 11, depending on which shift I was working. And then I'd be up cleaning until like midnight. But when you live in a hoarder's home, no matter how much you clean, it's still like usually bad. So I guess you could say I've been overfunctioning my entire freaking life, and I don't know any other way to be. I always feel guilty when I rest. last week Saturday I didn't work out. I went shopping and then I just kind of sat around staring up into space most of the day. And I felt incredibly guilty for it. I know I shouldn't feel guilty for resting. Resting is a normal human thing that we need to do. One of the reasons why I wasn't gaining very much progress in my muscle building was because I wasn't allowing my muscles to rest. So now I know when the whole body's hurting, I have to give myself a day to rest if I want to actually gain strength. But it's mentally, it's so hard on me. This is driving me crazy. This little bit of hair is longer than the rest. And I don't know where my scissors are. I have to get a pair of scissors somewhere else. I gotta fix that. It's gonna drive me nuts. Where's my other? There's the one I wanted. Alright, well, I got stuff I gotta do. So I will see you all real soon.